Pioneer fans, Pioneer Varsity Field Hockey is live and on the air. It is the state championship for Division I field hockey, as it is Pioneer and Skyline who are on a collision course throughout the most of the regular season as they meet here. Pioneer has made the state championships 6 years in a row. They were able to win it last season, beating Skyline. Pioneer is 9-4-4 on the season. They've played Skyline twice. They played at Skyline. Skyline beat them 5-1, and then that was back on September 18th. Then on October 5th at Pioneer Stadium, it was a 6-4 win by Skyline. But Pioneer will look to try and beat Skyline in the third set between these two teams. This one for the championship. Pioneer has advanced through the playoffs on October 18th, they beat Clarkston 8-0. On October 23rd, they beat West Bloomfield 8-0. And then on the 25th, they beat Saline 4-2. Taking a look at that game versus Saline. Pioneer scored in the first. Saline scored in the second to tie it up 1-1. Then in the third, Saline scored to take the 2-1 lead, and then Pioneer came back with 3 goals in the fourth to make it 4-2. Your goal scores: McGowan scored a goal, Solden scored a goal, and Boardman scored 2 goals. The assists were to Grabowski. Tolbert had an assist, Solden had an assist, and Jones had an assist. So 4 goals, 4 assists in that game. Maddie Grand played the entire time between the pipes. Taking a look at during the regular season, the top scores for Pioneer. Solden had 13 goals and 6 assists for 32 points. Top 5 scores. Number 2 in the regular season was Teddy Tolbert. She had 7 goals and 3 assists. Somehow that's... So that was 17 points. Grace Grabowski, number 3, she had 3 goals and 6 assists. As Clara Jones had 4 goals and 3 assists, and rounding out the top 5 was Ann McGowan. She had 3 goals on the season. Maddie Grand played 13 games, 170 minutes between the pipes, had 20 goals against, 69 saves. Good save percentage, 775. Sarah Huffman played 9 games, 255 minutes, 3 goals against, 41 saves, with a .932 save percentage. So both nice to have 2 exceedingly good goalkeepers, and Park also suited up from the JV team. During the regular season, Pioneer outscored their opponents 35-24. They outscored the opponents in the first 6-2, so a +4, +3 in the second, outscoring them 10-7, outscoring them in the third by 3, 8-5, and then outscoring them in the fourth, 11-10. Taking a look at the combined keeper statistics, Pioneer with 827 save percentage, the opponents with a 810 save percentage. Goals against Pioneer 1.67, goals against the opponents 2.97. Taking a look at the statistics during the playoffs, Solden again has the lead. 3 games played, 8 goals and 3 assists. Teddy Tolbert, number 2, in the playoffs with 2 goals and 4 assists. Grace Grabowski has 2 goals and 2 assists. Clara Jones has 1 goal and 4 assists. And Boardman has 3 goals, rounding out the top 5. taking a look over at the Skyline team, they are 14-1-1. How did they get here? Well, they got here by beating Forest Hills back on the 20th, 8-0. They beat Rockford back on the 23rd, 8-0, and then beat Novi on the 25th, 8-0. So they have cruised and mercied everyone in their way on the way to the state championship. Taking a look at that last game versus Novi, they don't say exactly what quarters everything was scored in, but Courtwright had 3 goals. Bishakian had a goal. Schultz had a goal, 2 goals for Wiseman, and 1 for Shannon. No data available for the Novi folks. Wade played between. Wade was the keeper, and she stopped everything in her way. Taking a look at the top 5 scores for Skyline during the regular season, Wiseman had 33 goals and 10 assists. Courtwright had 14 goals and 23 assists. Schultz had 14 goals and 13 assists. Shannon with 9 goals and 5 assists. And Bishakian with 2 goals and 11 assists. Acosta Valdez played 6 games at the keeper position. Wade played 8 games at the keeper position. Acosta Valdez with a .667 save percentage. Wade with a .722 save percentage. Skyline just really blew out during the regular season a number of opponents. 78 goals for Skyline versus 15 for the opponents. Skyline's biggest quarter was the 4th, although I'm not sure how accurate that is. Because sometimes when they don't track which quarter it is on the sheet, it just all goes into the 4th quarter. And then they don't have any information about the Skyline keepers here for goals against. Taking a look over in the playoffs, it has been Courtwright with 5 goals and 6 assists. Wiseman number 2 with 3 goals and 4 assists. Schultz has 4 goals. Bishakian has a goal and 4 assists. And Shannon has 2 goals. Rowe has a goal as well. It has been completely Wade going the entire way. She has not allowed a goal in the playoffs. So Pioneer definitely has their work cut out for them. This doesn't make any sense as I'm taking a look at it. Sometimes we download and print out the statistics. There are some issues because it says they've scored 20 in the playoffs. And if I can add 8 together 3 times, I think that'd be 24. It says the opponent scored twice, and that's not correct because the opponents haven't scored in the playoffs. So let's just show you really quickly here. There we go. Here is the bracket, and you can see Skyline taking up at the top, 8-0 versus Forest Hills, 8-0 versus Rockford coming down from the top. That was the quarterfinals. Semifinals was Skyline versus Novi, 8-0, and here in the championship versus Pioneer. You can see Pioneer started off with Clarkston. That was an 8-0 win. Then they beat West Bloomfield 8-0 in the quarterfinals. In the semifinals, Pioneer beat Saline 4-2 to get their way here. So we are about to get underway. Not too much longer here. Before we get going. So let us play a couple messages from the MHSAA. And you are watching the Michigan High School Field Hockey League Division I State Championship Playoffs, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
A number of people coming in, obviously making their way for both teams from Ann Arbor. So lots of purple-clad fans right in front of us getting set up, and Skyline folks coming in down the way. This does happen to be our 604th Pioneer broadcast. I was doing a little math the other day and realized that the Pinckney football game was our 600th broadcast for Pioneer. So we started off in 2016, and we couldn't be prouder to do what we can to support these wonderful, amazing athletes at Pioneer High School. Huge thank you. Huge thank you to Derek Hoffman, who did volunteer to help us out with the camera today, as all my family was otherwise engaged. So we are very, very grateful to Derek Hoffman for helping us out, and we are exceedingly happy to be here. As Pioneer breaks the huddle, and you can hear the Pioneer fans back behind us getting ready for the Division I state championship. In the Division II championship, Dexter beat Chelsea by a score of 3-0. So Dexter continuing to be a power in Michigan field hockey. And let's turn it over to the public address announcer.
Number 2, Grace Grabowski. Number 4, Sophia Jimenez. Number 5, Teddy Tolbert. Number 6, Ann McGowan. Number 7, Maggie Lamb. Wearing number 8, Megan Edwards. Number 10, Lily Solden. Number 11, Megan Cole. Number 14, Nina Bonenberger. Number 15, Izzy Sutton. Number 16, Maren Brady. Number 17, Jude Galvan. Number 18, Peyton Peters. Number 19, Maya Hammerman. Number 20, Nora Lammers. Number 21, Mackenzie Steitman. Wearing number 24, Clara Jones. Number 25, Lily Boardman. Number 30, Eve Saul Park. Number 33, Maddie Graham. And number 36, Sarah Hoffman. Coaches, Jim Dixon, Katie Valle, and Kate Henry.
You can hear the Pioneer faithful very fired up, providing lots of enthusiasm to try and pump up their Pioneer players. Here comes the Eagles. Fans loud and proud as well.
Gabby LaRocha. Manager, Karma Bailey. Number 40, Caitlin Carey. Goalkeeper, Kira Acosta Velasquez. Number 2, Kiara Vichachian. Number 33, Juju Brenner. Number 1, Coco Courtright. Number 6, Maddie Ellis. Number Number 18, Sarita Genkin. Number 12, Johanna Horvath. Number 13, Kate Howard. Number 14, Simran Ketterpal. Number 4, Maeve Kilbride. Number 24, Ailish Kilbride. 28, Uma Rao. Number 3, Sadie Schultz. 17, Lily Shannon. Goalkeeper, Maddie Wade. Number 8, Jordan Westfall. And number 9, Cammie Wiseman. Head coach Nikki Barrett, JV coach Andy Nalepa, assistant coach Brian Thomas, and assistant coach Vicki Yost. Umpires on the field today, Pat Hayes and Mary Langford. At the table, Zane Almquist.
Now, ladies
Ladies and gentlemen, the Star Spangled Banner recalls our past and ongoing fight for freedom. Freedom of diversity and our responsibility to promote respect and equality for all. Let us be united in these efforts today as we join together in the singing of our national anthem.
We're ready to get going for the state championship here for Division I Pioneer versus Skyline. As not a lot of fall sports left. Pioneer football took on Saline last night, and that was a 56-14 win by Saline. Pioneer getting 2 touchdowns in that game. Better than they did versus the first time when they played Saline. They even took the lead originally 7-0. Then Saline had just too much, but congratulations. I know it didn't win. It wasn't the way that Pioneer football wanted it, but congratulations on making the playoffs. More importantly here, field hockey looking to win back-to-back Division I state championships. Skyline, who won 2 years ago beating Pioneer, wants to get back to the state championship. We are here at the Hawk at the Farmington Hills Community Center. Lots of wonderful athletics. We have tennis courts across the way. They have an auditorium and everything back behind us. A wonderful facility here. We are very, very grateful they let us broadcast. Thank you to the Michigan High School Field Hockey League for allowing us to broadcast as well. They were very kind about that. Coming out to center, Solden, ready to get going. 15 minutes up on the clock here at the Hawk. Nice fall colors across the way. Is game time temperature 54 degrees, a little cloudy, but some blue skies around as that comes back. Grabbed in along the near sideline is Grabowski. Grabowski brings it ahead. That is going to go over to Skyline. So taking it, coming ahead is Bishakian. Bishakian coming down the near side. Tipped away, but that is going to be Skyline ball as Bishakian trying to fire it. That went off of Solden. Taken down on the near side is Schultz. Schultz comes in. Schultz trying to get past the numbers. That tipped away and just out the near sideline. Grabowski trying to get to it. Schultz brings it over. Schultz coming down the end line, trying to tip that away. Tolbert back there as well. Knocked down, coming in. Courtright with it out in front, but a whistle. That is going to come out to the 16 as Pioneer will have it. That lofted high in the air, trying to tip and knock it down. That's going to go over to Skyline as Bishakian will have it on the near sideline. She sweep hits it all the way down, and that will go out the near sideline as Elise had it, but that goes over to Pioneer. Bringing it ahead as Sutton trying to move it forward. Maeve Kilbride ended up knocking it out the near sideline. Scoreless so far, 13:36 left to go here in the first. That goes out the near sideline. Skyline will have it as that's brought over by Elise. Elise on the near sideline. Elise trying to fire it through, trying to get it over to Wiseman. That pulled away. Good job back there by Brady. Comes over on the near sideline, pulled away by Schultz. Schultz trying to make it to the center of the field. That tipped back by Solden, but that's going to go over to Skyline as Courtright has it. Courtright trying to get inside the 25-yard mark. Courtright has that pulled away by Solden, but a whistle, and again, that's going to stay Skyline ball. Courtright goes to her left, trying to weave through traffic, pulled away by Grabowski. Grabowski racing down with it. Grabowski moves it over, trying to get it over to Jones. Tipped back. Schultz trying to get to it. And whistle's going to go right back over to Skyline as Courtright with the sweep hit, trying to get it to Wiseman. And tip back. Wiseman has it in along the end line. Wiseman just the near side of the goal, still trying to stick handle her way through traffic. Whistle there, and that comes out to the 16 for Pioneer. Brady will bring it out to the 16. Looks downfield. Brady trying to lift it high. That coming over. Bounces, and that will go out the near sideline. So Bishakian will have it there. Bishakian brings it up the field now. Feeds it ahead. Stolen away by Grabowski. That fed all the way down the near sideline. Jones trying to get to it, but it went out before Jones could deal with it. Schultz trying to bring it over midfield. Grabowski trying to pull it away, but a whistle that goes right back to Skyline. Courtright lifts it high down the near sideline, trying to move it over to Wiseman. Whistle. That's going to be Pioneer ball. Brady, sweep hit, moving it forward. Jones trying to pull it on the near sideline over to Solden. Solden racing ahead with it. Solden over midfield. Solden sweep it, trying to get it ahead to Tolbert. Tolbert makes her way back. Tolbert heading down. Tolbert coming in with it, and the defense with it. Tolbert with a shot, but a whistle, and that is going to be a corner for Pioneer. So Pioneer gets the corner here, and the stands are shaking with the joy of the Pioneer crowd here at the Hawk. Grabowski on the insert. So you have a good Pioneer fan base here. You can hear right below us. I love the supportive field hockey this school has, both Ann Arbor schools. Huron as well as the Huron coach down helping do crowd control. That fired over, knocked away by Wiseman. Wiseman fires it back. Tolbert coming down the far side. Tolbert trying to put it in, and oh, it just misses by inches. Goes out the end line just to the far side of the goal. So that will be Skyline ball as they'll have it out at the 16. As that's going to be Lish Kilbride. Stolen away by Jones. Jones coming down the near side. Jones trying to move it over to Solden. Solden fires it that right on the end line. Pioneer trying to battle. And it is a whistle, and Pioneer will have, the insert as it's corner for Pioneer. get Grabowski to insert. Grabowski gets it to Solden, top of the shooter circle. Solden moves it over on the far side. Sweep it by Sutton, gets it over. Trying to get it there on the near side is McGowan. Battling back there was Jones as well, but there's a whistle that comes out to the 16. That will be Skyline ball. Courtwright takes it to 16. Courtwright fires it all the way down the field, bounces right at midfield, trying to pull that. Maeve Kilbride has it on the near sideline. Sutton providing pressure. That comes back the other way by Grabowski. Grabowski with the sweet hit, trying to get it to Lamb. Carrying it back. Jones has it now. Courtwright trying to get over midfield. Solden tips that away. Coming down the other way was McGowan, but a whistle, and that's going to go over to Skyline as they will have the ball. Courtwright, right at midfield, lifts it down the field. Trying to race over to get it is Edwards. Edwards on the far side of the field. Moved back outside the 25-yard area. Solden coming down the far sideline, trying to move it over. Schultz pulls that away, but a whistle. That will remain Pioneer ball. Brady brings it down. Brady fires it down the far sideline. That knocked away by Howard, trying to get it back McGowan, and McGowan will restart. That ahead to Solden. Solden between the hash marks. Maeve Kilbride trying to get it, trying to hold it in. Grabowski, a valiant effort, but just goes out the near sideline. Scoreless so far, 8:05 left to go here in the first state championship for Division I. Dexter won the Division II championship 3-0 over Chelsea. Skyline has beat Pioneer twice in the regular season, but Pioneer trying to get the win here in the state championship. That fired ahead by Bishakian comes down. Tipped back by Maeve Kilbride, knocked down by Tolbert. Tolbert racing the other direction, over to Lamb. Lamb has that stop, but Tolbert trying to pull it between the hash marks. That will go over to Courtwright. Courtwright going the other direction between the hash marks. Courtwright fires it over to Schultz on the near side. Good job knocking that down and away by Brady. But a whistle, and that's going to be the first corner for Skyline. Scoreless at the 7:20 mark here for the Division I state championship. Ann Arbor Pioneer versus Ann Arbor Skyline. As over on the insert on the near side is Bishakian. Bishakian looks over. Pioneer. 4 players plus goalie in the goal. And pull back as Courtwright has it. Top of the shooter's circle. There's Wiseman with the shot. Knocked away. Good save by Grand. Another shot goes just wide. Trying to get it out of there is Edwards. And that is going to come out to the 16. Pioneer has the ball as they will have possession. Skyline knocking it down. Excuse me, forgive me. That pulled back. Solden with it. Solden. Trying to avoid pressure back there, Horvath as well as Shannon. Pioneer fires ahead as Edwards trying to get it. That pulled away by Horvath. Horvath over to Wiseman. Jimenez knocks it down on the far sideline. McGowan trying to get it ahead to Solden. That knocked down. Skyline had that tipped away. Now Solden coming down on the far side of the field. Solden trying to get around Schultz, trying to feed it ahead over to that grabbed him, fired ahead, knocked down. So that's picked up coming the other direction. McGowan trying to get between the hash marks. Whistle. Pioneer with it. As that's going to get pulled back. Brady will have it. It's outside the 25 yards, back about 10 yards outside the 25-yard area. Over trying to pull that away is McGowan. Horvath sends it on the far sideline. Now racing ahead. Shannon trying to get it ahead. Schultz racing over. Jimenez tipped it, but there back it goes to Skyline. Free hit for Skyline. He'll move it back. Courtwright will take it on our own side of midfield. Courtwright moves to the far side. That knocked down on the near sideline, pulled away by Edwards, but a whistle, and that's Pioneer's ball. Edwards with the quick restart, knocked the other direction by Howard. Controlled by Horvath down the far sideline for Skyline. Whistle, Horvath will continue. Horvath trying to move it ahead. Brady comes back and gets it. Brady on her far sideline for Pioneer, trying to get the ball moving the other direction. It went off of Shannon. That will be Pioneer's ball. Brady lifts it all the way down the field, right at the 50, pulled back over as Alish Kilbride moves it to the center over to Elise. Elise right at midfield, pulled away. Here comes Tolbert. Tolbert racing ahead with it. Tolbert trying to weave through traffic down outside the near hash marks. Tolbert trying to move inside the shooter's circle. Tolbert centering it. That tipped back over on the near side, and that is going to be a corner for Pioneer. 4:12 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far for the Division I state championship between Pioneer and Skyline. Skyline had the early action down in the Pioneer end, but Pioneer has made a couple valiant attempts and had a number of corners. Grabowski will take the insert on the near side of the goal for the corner. Skyline gets everyone set as Bishakian, Alish Kilbride, Wiseman in there. That right over, racing down on the near side. Tolbert trying to get a shot away. Courtwright able to get in the way. Courtwright starts things off, trying to race and push it down the field. Taking it down the near side is Maeve Kilbride. That goes out the near sideline. That will go over to Pioneer. As racing over to bring that should be Pioneer ball. Sutton with it. Sutton brings it in the near sideline, trying to feed it ahead. That's stolen away by Elise. Pulled down, trying to feed it ahead was Grabowski. Knocked the other direction by Schultz for Skyline. Now Solden steals it away. Solden between the hash marks and her own end. Gets it ahead to Tolbert. Tolbert just shy of midfield. Tolbert races over midfield. And it's a whistle, and Pioneer with a free hit. Tolbert will take it just back the other side of midfield. Looks like Brady will bring it from there. Brady drops it. 5 yards on the Pioneer side of midfield. Brought it back. Here comes Sutton. Sutton ahead to Grabowski down the near sideline. That poked out the near sideline. It will stay Pioneer ball as Maeve Kilbride got a piece of it. Here comes Grabowski trying to feed it ahead. That knocked down. Elise trying to peel it away for Skyline. Grabowski gets it over to Jones. That tipped back right along the near sideline. Grabowski again trying to get that back. Courtwright in there, and now Courtwright will start the rush for Skyline. Over to Maeve Kilbride. Maeve Kilbride over midfield. Sweep hits it all the way down, trying to get to Wiseman. Wiseman deep in the Pioneer zone. Wiseman trying to head towards the center of the field. Wiseman still working her way down. It's whistle, and that's going to be a free hit for Wiseman as she fires it. That goes out, hits the side of the goal. Pioneer will take it at the 16. Scoreless so far, 1:43 left to go here in the first. Pioneer versus Skyline for the Division I state championships. And all the way over, grabbing it, coming down on the far side, trying to pull that away was McGowan. That goes the other way to Horvath. Horvath down outside the numbers. That picked up, fired Schultz with it. Schultz trying to turn on it. Schultz knocked away. Good job by Boardman. Boardman to dispossess her. That comes over on the near side. Boardman trying to feed it through traffic, looking to get to Grabowski. Not quite enough on it, but that goes back to Pioneer. Boardman moves it back over. Brady on her own side of the 50. Sweep hits it. That goes all the way down. That is going to go over to Skyline. 1 minute left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far between Skyline and Pioneer. Courtwright has it 5 yards inside of her own side of the 50. She knocks that. It's a good hit all the way down. Jimenez races right on the end line to get it, trying to avoid pressure by Shannon. Jimenez gets it ahead. Here comes Edwards. Edwards down the far sideline. Edwards trying to chip it ahead. That knocked down as Howard had it. Now ahead. Racing, fired ahead by Brady. Solden trying to get to it, but Alish Kilbride pulls that away. Alish Kilbride on that far sideline. Tip by Pioneer, racing to it, pulled back away. Here comes Tolbert over midfield. Tolbert between the hash marks. That lifted all the way back. Grabbing it is Bishakian back on her own defensive side. She has it. Down on the far sideline, that flip back, that will be Skyline's ball with 1 second, and that will do it for the first quarter. At the end of one, it is Pioneer 0 and Skyline 0. as both squads will talk things over, try and make some adjustments. Both squads would love to get that first goal, put pressure on the other team, and make it just that much harder. Let's play a little push on, and then we'll get you right back for the second quarter action. Pioneer has been to the state championships 6 times in a row. They won it last season with the win over Skyline on a extraordinarily foggy day. They had to push the game back a little bit to try and get it. It ended up clearing up by the end. The state championship photos were gorgeous. But a fun game there. That was back at Saline. Here today we are at the Hawk, the Farmington Hills Community Center, where they have had the semifinals and the finals here. Pioneer advancing, beating Saline 4-2. And Skyline advancing as they beat Novi 8-0. There has yet to be a goal scored on this Skyline team in the playoffs. Pioneers only allowed 2 in. Skyline heads back out onto the field. Pioneer coming out as well. The ball set right in the center circle. Right on the center line, right between the A and the W and the Hawk. We do appreciate the Michigan High School Field Hockey League letting us broadcast this game and all the playoff games the Pioneer has played in. Solden to start things off, moves it down, over onto the near side, over to Grabowski. Grabowski brings it up the near sideline. Grabowski trying to get away from Maeve Kilbride. Maeve Kilbride, that tipped out. Grabowski comes in, trying to get it ahead to Boardman. That pulled away by Schultz. Schultz moves it all the way down. That pulled back by Edwards. Edwards outside the hash marks on the far side of the field. Edwards trying to get it past Shannon. Now Horvat steals it away for Skyline down the far sidelines. Poked away by Edwards. Pulled back over by Shannon as Shannon comes down. Pulls it back, trying to feed it in. That loose, good save by Grand as that was a bouncing ball. Popped up, and that's going to be off of a knee. That will be Pioneer, who will take it out to the 16. Starting things off there. And lifted ahead by Brady. Pulled back over by Courtright, but now grabbing it's Boardman. Boardman down the near side of the field. Boardman ahead to Grabowski. Grabowski racing ahead into the 25-yard area. That slips out the near sideline. That will stay Pioneer ball. Grabowski will have it. Now Grabowski sweeps it over to Brady. Brady on the near sideline, coming down outside the numbers. Brady over to Grabowski. Grabowski racing with the cross. That went off of Courtright. Trying to pull that away is Boardman. Boardman trying to poke it, but that will go over to Skyline. 13:30 left to go here before halftime. 0-0 is the score. That pulled back over by Sutton. Sutton brings it down the near side of the field. That goes out the near sideline. Sutton will again start off for Pioneer, trying to send it through traffic, pulled back by Courtright. Courtright trying to move that away. Boardman with it, but a whistle. That will be Skyline with the free hit. Pulled back by Bishakian. Bishakian moves it ahead, trying to get that over to Elise. Stolen away by Grabowski. Here comes Solden. Solden gets it over to Boardman. Boardman trying to get it ahead. Here comes Solden. Solden racing in with it. Solden coming over to the far side. Solden fires it. That goes a little high over the goal. Just a little too much air on it, and that will go over. Skyline will take it at the 16. 12:41 left to go here. Before halftime, scoreless so far between these two squads. As Ailish Kilbride moves it over court right, trying to pull it away from Lamb. Now that grab, here comes Tolbert. Tolbert trying to weave her way through traffic. Tolbert gets it over to Boardman. Boardman on the near side. There's a whistle, and that's going to be a corner. Pioneer will get the corner. Pioneer huddles up, then Grabowski typically will go over and take that. Looks like just under 12 minutes left to go here before halftime. Grabowski goes to the far side of the goal for the insert. Grabowski feeds it. That grabbed over on the near side to Brady. Brady trying to weave her way in. Brady gets it over to Tolbert. Tolbert trying to come in. That knocked away down the near side by Wiseman. Wiseman sweep hits it all the way back. That goes out the near sideline. Sutton trying to fire it in. That tipped off of Elise. Back to Grabowski on the near sideline. Grabowski looks over to her left. Now trying to feed it down the near sideline. That trying to pull that away was Elise. Pioneer with it. Solden feeds it over to Grabowski. Grabowski trying to center it. Kilbride has it on the end line. Pull back, trying to move it over. Lamb trying to work her way past Courtright. Courtright has it through traffic, but that is a whistle. That will be Pioneer with the restart coming over. Pioneer right out in front, trying to fire it. That knocked down as Boardman had it out in front. That's a whistle, and that's going to go over to Skyline. 10:31 left to go here before halftime. Scoreless so far. Skyline has it as they head over midfield, bringing it ahead. And moved over to Wiseman. Wiseman gets it back over to Shannon. Shannon between the hash marks. Poked back by Jimenez. Down on the near side. Racing through. There's a shot. Centering attempt. That will go just to the far side. And it comes out to 16 for Pioneer. Brady puts it up high, down on the near sideline, trying to get it Grabowski. That pulled back away. Now Grabowski stole it away from Elise. Grabowski moves it down the near sideline. That grab by Solden. Solden coming ahead with it, trying to get around Elish Kilbride. Courtright trying to pull it back. Courtright uses her body to protect the ball, trying to get past a trio of Pioneer players. That will be a whistle, and that will be Skyline's ball. Courtright has it. Rockets it down the near sideline. It's trying to get it to Maeve Kilbride. Whistle, and Schultz will start off getting right over midfield. Schultz gives it a good whack all the way deep into the Pioneer side. Edwards comes down on the far sideline. Edwards stops, trying to chip it away from Shannon. That goes out the far sideline. That will be Pioneer's ball. Edwards has it. 9:07 left to go here before halftime. Scoreless so far. Both squads have had some opportunities. Pulled back over to Schultz. Schultz comes down the numbers, moves it over to Courtright. Ball wouldn't settle down. That goes over to Pioneer. Brady. Right over to Grabowski on the near sideline. Grabowski racing ahead, trying to get to midfield. Moves it over to Boardman. Boardman trying to make her way past. Boardman gets away around Bishaki, and Boardman coming in with it. Boardman trying to move it over. Bishaki steals that pass as Boardman was trying to get a centering attempt. That comes all the way into the near corner. That goes out. And Skyline will bring it out to the 16. 8:23 left to go here before halftime. Scoreless so far. Stolen away by Grabowski. Grabowski down now. Flips that over to Solden. Solden racing between the hash marks. Solden trying to corral the ball. Head down the far hash marks. Solden stops. Two players ahead of her. She turns, fires it, and again it has just a little too much air underneath it. Now we'll go out to Pioneer has the ball at the 25, moving it over. Lamb tips it all the way back. Now trying to pull that around is Jones. Jones and Horvath were battling. And we'll come back to the 25 for Pioneer. Well, that'll be a corner for Pioneer. As Grabowski will take it on the insert. Celine gets their 4 players in addition to the keeper. All done up with the protective gear. It is Wade, I believe, between the pipes. She has played the entire way during the playoffs for the Skyline Eagles. Battle for supremacy, not just of Ann Arbor, but for the entire state of Michigan. D1 championship game for the Michigan High School Field Hockey League. And chipped ahead is knocked away. Brady had it, and that goes out the end line. That will be Skyline ball. Under 7 minutes left to go here before halftime. Scoreless so far between these two squads. Battle for the first elusive goal. Courtright has it. Courtright lifts it high in the air towards midfield. Bounces there. Wiseman trying to get to it. At a whistle, that will be Pioneer ball as Brady comes to center. Brady moves it over to Sutton. Sutton, oh, that just slips right past her. Stick trying to hold it in, wouldn't settle down. That will be Skyline ball. Bishakian coming down the near sideline. Bishakian trying to feed it. That grab by Elise, trying to poke it back away. Good job by Grabowski. Grabowski looking to go the other direction with it. Grabowski gets it ahead. Here comes Tolbert. Tolbert makes her way over midfield. Tolbert coming down between the hash marks. Tolbert still racing, trying to get past Courtright. Whistle. Pioneer will restart as they'll move it back just inside of midfield. Brady moves ahead to Tolbert. Tolbert coming down the far hash marks. Tolbert, sweep hit, and just missing. That will come out to the 16. Valiant attempt, but Skyline takes the ball over. They lift it high over on the near side. Picked up by Bishakian. Bishakian starts things off. Trying to pull that away was Boardman. Now Grabowski trying to get it ahead to Boardman. Epic battle on the near sideline and a whistle. That's going to go over Pioneer's way. Grabowski has it on the near sideline. Still scoreless. And swept back. Here comes Brady. Brady back to Grabowski. Grabowski trying to keep it in the near sideline. Grabowski trying to get away from Elise. And we'll go over to Skyline. Elise has it on the near sideline. Now that's going to be Bishakian, who will pick it up just outside the 25-yard line. And sent ahead, knocked down. Trying to pull that away is Boardman. Coming ahead, Bishakian trying to work her way through traffic. Now Grabowski trying to pull that away, and that will be Skyline. As it looks like 4:37 left to go here. Quickly ahead to Wiseman. Wiseman coming down outside the near hash marks. Wiseman gets it over to Courtright. Courtright trying to make her way past. Jimenez out in front. Courtright ends up down on the field, and that looks like that's going to be a corner for Skyline. 4 minutes, 11 seconds left to go. Here before halftime, scoreless between these two squads. Pioneer has had some good corner attempts. Skyline looking to cash in on their second corner of the game. Bishakian comes over on the near side for the insert. Everyone else around the shooting circle. That's sent to Courtright, top of the shooting circle, coming over to the far side. Solden trying to knock that away. Good job by Grand to tip it. That goes out the end line. And we'll come back to the 25 where Skyline will have it there. Courtright coming down the far hash marks. Lamb trying to knock that away. Jones as well trying to dispossess Horvath. That knocked down. Jones doing a good job. Trying to poke at it. Edwards coming away with it. There's a shot loose, and that is going to be another corner for Skyline. Jimenez, Brady, Solden, and Edwards join Grand in the box. Bishakian comes down on the near side. That taken. Courtright fires it down on the near side and out the near sideline. Good job by Pioneer. the Let's Go Pioneer chant going. That comes back to the 25 to Courtright. Skyline with it. Courtright comes to her left, trying to get it through traffic over to Schultz, and that goes over to Pioneer. Here comes Tolbert. Tolbert gives it a good whack all the way down, is trying to move it. They'll come all the way back outside the end line. Pioneer couldn't quite race their way over to try and get to that. 1 minute, 58 seconds left to go, but at least Skyline back at their own 16. Takes a little pressure off as they have to move down the field. And tipped by Courtright, trying to pull it away. Grabowski. Restart quickly by Courtright, coming down over midfield. Courtright down the numbers, stops there. Courtright feeds it down the hash marks. That moved over by Wiseman, tipped away by Jimenez. Wiseman on the restart. Jimenez trying inside, and that is going to be a corner. So Skyline with another corner. This with 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Scoreless so far here at the Hawk, Farmington Hills Community Center for the D1 State Championship for the Michigan High School Field Hockey League. Arbor Broadcasting proud to do our part to try and bring this game to you. Battle between two Ann Arbor squads, Skyline and Pioneer, for the state championship for Division I. That comes right to the center to Courtright on the shooter's circle, moved over on the near side. Schultz with the shot, knocked down, and they score. Schultz firing it. Grand tried to get a piece of it, but it had enough momentum. Edwards, I think, tried to knock it down, but that was a score. I believe that was Schultz who got that. Right, with 49.3 seconds left to go in the second. Skyline goal as they take the lead 1-0 here. Ball over on the near side. Grabowski trying to pull it over. 38 seconds left to go. Ball down, Solden with it, tipped back, trying to pull that away was Lamb. Ball coming down the far hash marks, pulled back by Brady. Brady gets it over to Jimenez. Jimenez thought about moving it over now, trying to get it to Sutton. Sutton racing ahead, just couldn't quite get to it. 8 seconds left, 7 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that will do it. It is halftime here at the Division I Michigan High School Field Hockey League State Championships. Skyline takes the lead into halftime as they scored with 49.3 seconds left to go. So I believe it was Schultz who got the goal to put Skyline ahead. We will play a few messages from the MHSAA, and we will come back with your second half action.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities.
So they're giving out the Roxy Block Award. Let's put this up.
A pioneer and leader in the sport of field hockey in the state of Michigan. Roxy's involvement in field hockey can consistently be identified by her love of the game and her interest in growing the game. From developing recreation field hockey in the Ann Arbor area to co-founding the Washtenaw Whippets, which led to the development of the Saline, Dexter, Chelsea, and Pinckney High School programs. Growth of field hockey in the greater Washtenaw County area and the state of Michigan has Roxy's strength and design behind it. To be considered for the Roxy Block Sportsmanship Award, an athlete must be a varsity player who is a natural leader and exemplifies great sportsmanship. She must have documented public service, be an outstanding student athlete, have a positive impact on her team, and have an abundant love for the sport of field hockey. Finally, the recognized student athletes work to empower female peers. MHSFHA is proud to recognize the following athletes as the 4th annual Roxy Block Sportsmanship Award winners. Madeline O'Gorman from Hudsonville High School. Madeline is not present today, but received her award at her team's banquet. Liz Thompson, Huron High School. It is such a pleasure to nominate Liz Thompson for this award. She is a remarkable student athlete, achieving a high level academically while playing 2 varsity sports and leading as captain for the field hockey team for the past 2 years. Liz volunteers annually at our Huron Summer Camp Academy, leads captain practices, and participates in all of our fundraising activities. She leads by example, participates in setup and cleanup, is a positive role model, and rarely missed a practice in 3 years as a starting varsity field hockey player. Liz has many interests. She participates in Huron Symphony Orchestra and several other academic and school leadership activities. She has earned a Girl Scout Silver Award working with Michigan Care Foster Closet to create a birthday box program to assist foster parents, and has volunteered at the Humane Society for 5 years. We feel lucky to know and coach such a formidable student athlete. Congratulations, Liz.
Wonderful award for Liz Thompson, Huron captain. So good to see that. We will continue with a few messages from the MHSAA, because that's the promos I have, and then we'll get right back going as we're counting down. We're almost through halftime, so let's actually play just a little bit push on, and we will come right back with your third quarter action. As we're about to get ready to go with third quarter action, we are live here from the Hawk, the Farmington Hills Community Center, where it is your Division I Michigan High School Field Hockey League State Championship between the Skyline Eagles and Pioneers. Skyline has the 1-0 lead here heading into the third. Now lifted up high, coming down on the near side. Ball hits back. Jimenez has it for Pioneer. Jimenez moves it over onto the far side. Jimenez trying to bring it down the far sideline. Gets it over to Grabowski. Grabowski racing down. That's a whistle. He'll be back over. Skyline will have it on their far sideline. Right on the court right has it. And along the end line, Courtright trying to make her way through, or excuse me, that was Schultz. Whistle, and that is going to be a corner for Skyline. 1-0, Skyline with the lead. 14-18 left to go here in the third. Skyline 14-1-1 throughout the season in the playoffs. Pioneer 9-4-4. As Bishakian looking for the insert on the far side of the goal. Grabbed by Courtright. Courtright moves it over onto the far side. Shot there, knocked down, out in front. Shannon out in front trying to get that. Still poking, and a whistle. That will be a corner for Skyline. It was a massive battle right on the goal line. Now Bishakian goes to take the corner. Bishakian on the insert on the far side. Skyline's players positioned around the shooting circle. Back to Courtright, top of the shooting circle. Courtright moves it over onto the far side. And fire it in onto, comes along the near side and out the end line. That will be Pioneers' ball as they'll take it out to the 16. 1-0, Skyline with the lead. They scored less than a minute left to go in the first half. That intercepted by Skyline coming down on the far side as Maeve Kilbride had it, trying to get it over to Courtright. Knocked back, and that will come back over as bringing ahead. Skyline with it. Wiseman with a shot that goes just wide to the far side. 12:30 left to go here in the third. 1-0, Skyline with the lead. That ball comes back to the 16 for Pioneer. Brady with it there. Brady moves it back and along the end line over to Grabowski. Grabowski trying to weave her way past two Skyline players. Brady with the restart, trying to move it over to Jones. Jones down the far sideline. Jones trying to move it ahead over the 50. Jones races back. Lamb trying to get it. Bishakian has it right at the 50-yard line. Bishakian right at midfield, trying to get it away from Jones. On the restart, here comes Schultz. Schultz racing ahead, down the numbers, poked away by Tolbert. Tolbert comes down the far hash marks. Tolbert racing over on the 50. Tolbert going to feed it ahead. Still has it moving over as Courtright able to get a stick on it. He'll move back over. Tolbert will take it about 5 yards on the Skyline side of midfield. Looks like Brady's actually going to take it there. Brady brings it ahead. Sweep hit, trying to move it over. That tip by Horvath. Racing over to get it. Down on the near side is McGowan. That is going to be Pioneers' ball. 11:18 left to go here in the third. 1-0, Skyline with the lead. Brady has it between the hash marks at the 25. That went off of Lamb's foot, trying to come back. Lamb trying to get to it, poke back, and trying to pull it away is McGowan. That grab coming the other direction is Ailish Kilbride. Ailish Kilbride knocks it all the way down. Racing ahead, Shannon trying to get to it before it goes out the end line, but can't quite get there. Jimenez tracks it down, grabs it, and will bring it out going the other direction from the 16 for Pioneer. 10:45 left to go here in the third. Skyline with the 1-0 lead. Pioneer trying to get the equalizer. That lifted down on the near sideline. Tip, but that goes out the near sideline. McGowan with it there. McGowan trying to get it ahead. That comes over midfield. Stop there. Ailish Kilbride over to Howard, but a whistle. That will be Pioneers' ball. 10:22 left to go here in the third. McGowan sweeps it, trying to get it ahead to Solden. That pulled back over by Schultz. Schultz outside the numbers now, gets it over to Horvath. Horvath over midfield. Good job to knock that down by Edwards. Edwards takes it away. Edwards spins the other direction. Edwards gets it over to Tolbert. Tolbert trying to find Lamb. Lamb over midfield. Lamb over to Solden. Solden racing ahead. That pulled back away by Ailish Kilbride. Ailish Kilbride will restart just on her own side of the 50. Now moves that over. That lifted all the way down high. Back onto the Pioneer defensive side. Racing back over to get it is Sutton. Sutton puts it down the far sideline. There's a whistle. Pioneer on the restart. Trying to knock it ahead is Grabowski. That will go over to Skyline with 9:30 left to go here in the third. Skyline with the 1-0 lead. Bringing it back between the hash marks. Schultz trying to come in. By the way, that goal was Shannon with the goal. Schultz on the assist, so Shannon able to tip it. Here comes Pioneer down the far sideline. Racing ahead with it is Jones. Jones trying to get past Bishaki, and Jones comes down into the far corner, stops there, brings it back up the field. Jones trying to knock it over. That pulled back away by Elise. That will be Skyline ball. 9 minutes left to go here in the third. Elise Kilbride brings it back right around the 16. Elise Kilbride. Heavy hit. That knocked away by Tolbert. Tolbert coming down between the hash marks. Tolbert now goes outside the far hash marks. Tolbert trying to split a pair of defenders. Pull back court right with it. Tolbert ended up down. We'll see what this call is. Tolbert will restart as she comes out. Down in along the end line. Centering attempt trying to get to Solden. Pulled back down by Ailish Kilbride. Poked out the end line. And it's going to come out to the 16 for Skyline. 8 minutes, 9 seconds left to go here in the third. Skyline with the 1-0 lead. Pioneer trying to get the equalizer. They have it on the Skyline side of the 50. Coming down the far sideline is Grabowski. Grabowski looking to get across now, trying to move it over to Jones. There's a whistle. Back to Grabowski. Grabowski with the sweep hit, trying to get it over, pulling down, bringing ahead Jones. Jones just on the near hash marks, and that will be a corner for Pioneer. Pioneer able to force the corner. 7:35 left to go here in the third. Pioneer looking to get it equal, 1-0. Skyline with the lead. Skyline won the state championship 2 years ago. Pioneer won it last year. Pioneer trying to go back-to-back. Skyline trying to get 2 out of the last 3. And again, as we mentioned earlier, the D2 game was Dexter winning the Division II state championship over Chelsea 3-0. That ball gets over to Brady. Brady moves it to Solden. Solden with the shot that bounces through, knocked down. Good defense back there by Schultz. Moved over, now go out the near sideline. Skyline players ditch their gear. Coming over on the near side is Solden. Solden racing inside the numbers. Solden trying to weave through traffic, trying to get it over to Lamb. There is a whistle, and that is going to be another Pioneer corner. So Skyline gets 4 players to get the protective gear back on. Pioneer gathers up at the top of the shooter's circle. Grabowski on the insert on the near side of the goal. Grabowski moves it top of the shooter's circle over to Solden. Solden trying to move it back behind her legs over to Tolbert. That's stolen away by Skyline. Taking it Sutton down the far hash mark. Sutton bringing ahead for Pioneer. Over to Solden. Centering attempt, whistle, and that comes out to the 16 for Skyline. 5:50 left to go here in the third. 1-0 Skyline with the lead. Pioneer trying to find their way through this Skyline defense. That's sent all the way down. They'll go out the near sideline. Pioneer must have tipped it. That pull back over. Coming ahead with it is Carey. Carey moves it down. That poke back from Schultz, but Schultz racing ahead with it. Schultz had an assist on the lone goal currently for the game. That'll be a restart on the near side by Schultz. Schultz races between the hash marks. Schultz just outside, now inside the shooter's circle. Schultz trying to move it on the far side to Wiseman, out, and that is going to be a corner for Skyline. Under 5 minutes left to go. 4:53 left to go here in the third. 1-0 Skyline with the lead. They have the corner as Bishakian goes to the far side of the goal for the insert. Everyone else for Skyline, the offense, positioned around the shooting circle. Bishakian moves it to court right, centered up on the shooting circle. There's a shot knocked down. Good job by Grand. Pulled back over. Trying to get her away from court right now. Schultz has it. There's a shot, and that's a whistle. Out to the 16 for Pioneer. Good job stopping a dangerous corner there. It's extra ball on the field. They'll move that off. Pioneer will start on the 16 on the far side. That lifted. Intercepted by Schultz. Schultz binging it between the hash marks. Oh, trying to center in. Shot knocked down by Grand. Still loose on the near side. Trying to make her way in is Wiseman. Wiseman on the end line. Wiseman. That poked away. Here comes Pioneer. As racing down the near sideline with it was Tolbert. Stolen away by Schultz. Schultz has that poked from behind. Here comes Brady. Brady all the way over onto the far side. Trying to get it over to Grabowski, now stolen away by Bishakian, coming the other direction right from her 50-yard line. She's about 5 yards over the 50. Right around the far sideline, Bishakian with it. Trying to move it ahead. Jones knocked that away, but out of bounds. Bishakian brings it ahead. That tip by Pioneer. Bishakian again pulls it. Feeds it ahead. Down on that far side, Grabowski dispossesses. Back there, Elise. Skyline takes it, court right. Far sideline, that goes all the way out the end line. Under 3 minutes left to go here in the third. 1-0, Skyline with the lead. Skyline has it down the far sideline. Court right trying to bring it in. Court right still making her way in. Poked away, but a whistle, and that is going to be a corner for Skyline. 2:33 left to go here in the third. Skyline keeping some heavy pressure on Pioneer, not letting Pioneer get it down the field in the last several minutes. Skyline would love to add to their total, try and get an insurance goal. Bishakian on the insert on the far side of the goal. Bishakian gets it to Schultz, top of the shooter circle, moves it over onto the far side to court right with the blast as that goes out the end line. And we'll come out to the 25 for Skyline. Court right has it on the far hash marks. Court right sweeps it back over to Ailish Kilbride. Trying to get ahead. Lamb knocks it down. Here comes Solden. Sold it. Trying to race it ahead. Whistle. That will be Pioneer's ball. Brady will restart. Brady knocks it all the way down. That goes all the way down the field, out the sideline. 1 minute, 24 seconds left to go here in the third. Skyline has it on their own defensive side of the field. Bishakian trying to pull it away, trying to pull it ahead. That knocked down. Moving over, here comes McGowan. McGowan on the far hash marks, that tip back. Solden trying to get to it. Pioneer will have a restart. Tolbert coming down outside, inside the numbers. Tolbert between the hash marks. Tolbert coming in. Tolbert, that tip back by Court Right. Tolbert trying to get a shot. Court Right knocks that. And it's going to come out to the 16 for Skyline. 45 seconds left to go here in the third. Skyline up 1-0. Court right over to Carey. Carey up the near sideline. Intercepted by Edwards. Ball wouldn't settle down. Bringing it back the other direction is Shannon. Shannon over midfield. Poked back. Now gets it over to Schultz. Schultz between the hash marks. Coming into the shooter circle. Schultz moves it over. Has a great job stopping that shot by Wiseman by Grand. There's another shot knocked down. Brady got a piece of it. Poked it back. Jimenez trying to get to it. But a whistle, and that goes out to the 16 for Pioneer, I think. Yes, it does. Quickly the other direction. Pioneer trying to make something happen with 6 seconds left, I think. The sun is making that scoreboard a little hard to read. 1 second. And that will do it, as at the end of 3, it is Skyline 1, Pioneer nothing. So we are Pioneer hoping to cash in and get this game tied. Let's play a little push on, try and get you fired up, try and get the team fired up, get everybody fired up for a big Pioneer comeback here in the final 15 minutes of the game. 15 minutes up on the clock as we're getting ready to go here in the fourth, as the lone goal was back 29.3 seconds left to go in the second. It was Shannon tipping in a shot by Schultz for the Skyline lone goal. Pioneer looking to get it tied up, trying to make an epic comeback here in the fourth. Obviously plenty of time left here for both squads. Great crowd here. Temperature has stayed right in the lower 50s, 54 right now, but sunny. Not a bad day for a state championship. As mentioned earlier, Dexter beat Chelsea for the D2 state championship. The game earlier, that game started at 3 o'clock. Pioneer gathered up on the sideline, looking to make a big comeback here. Skyline trying to keep this lead and win 2 state championships in the last 3 years. Pioneer trying to go back to back. They have the Imperial March playing here at the stadium. I'm not sure who would be the umpire, but that's okay. Courtright ready to get things going for Skyline. Pioneer huge, urging on from their loyal purple-clad fan base in front of us, trying to give every bit of energy they can to the players on the field. Grand heads down to our right. Pioneer going from right to left here in this final fourth quarter. The here we go, Pio, here we go chant being heard loud and proud from the stands. Courtright lifts it high down on the near side. And we'll go out the near sideline. Pioneer ball. As they'll bring it ahead. Tip knocked back by Wiseman. Wiseman racing ahead. Wiseman coming down on the near side. Wiseman feeding it. Good job to steal that away by Jimenez. She moves it back. Now here comes Carey. Carey's pass knocked away, bringing it the other direction. Here comes Tolbert. Tolbert, sweep hit, trying to knock it ahead. Knocked down by Howard, trying to pull it is Elise Kilbride, but that back over to Pioneer. McGowan with it. McGowan, sweep hit. That poke back by Courtright. Courtright over midfield between the hash marks. Now over to Shannon. Courtright gets it back, sweeps it over to Shannon. Shannon coming down the numbers. Pulled away by Brady, but a whistle. That is going to be a restart by Skyline. Coming over on the near side. Courtright trying to weave her way through traffic on the numbers. A quartet of Pioneer players right there trying to dispossess her. Courtright with the free start. Schultz with it. Getting her stick in the way was Tolbert. That will beat Pioneer's ball. Brady starts the rush the other direction. Brady lifts it high in the air. That over on the far sideline, racing over Jones, trying to get to it, goes out. It's back there, Elise, closest to it. Elise grabs it on that far sideline for Skyline. Elise ahead, knocked down by Wiseman. Wiseman trying to make her way as she has on the numbers. Tolbert knocks it away from her. Tolbert trying to bring it ahead. Schultz poked that. That will be Pioneer's ball remaining as Brady brings it back right around the 24-yard line. Brady knocks it ahead. That tip by Jones. That will go all the way back out the far sideline. 13 minutes left to go here in the fourth. 1-0 Skyline with the lead for the Division I state championship in the Michigan High School Field Hockey League. Jones tipped it. That goes out the far sideline. Bishakian will have it. She'll race down the far sideline. That tipped back. Racing, grabbing it. Here it comes. Trying to hold it in with Sutton. Couldn't quite do it. That will be Bishakian again right at midfield with it for Skyline. Bishakian brings it down the far sideline. Fed ahead, trying to pull it away is Grabowski. Grabowski trying to tip it. That whistle. Restart for Skyline. Trying to make it through to Schultz. Tolbert got her stick in the way, but that's again, it's a restart for Skyline as Courtright has it. Courtright outside the numbers on the far side. Courtright. Rocket blasts it as that rolls through between the hash marks, pulled away Great job coming ahead with it by Edwards. Edwards dispossessed by Schultz. Schultz coming in, tipped by Tolbert. Back over to Jimenez. Jimenez puts it down on the far sideline. Pulled back over by Elise. Here comes Pioneer down the far sideline. Edwards with it. Edwards. Or excuse me, Solden. Forgive me. That's sent down, pulled away by Howard. Howard tries to move it back. Tipped by Lamb. Lamb races ahead with it. Lamb coming in with it. Lamb and a whistle. That's going to be a corner for Pioneer. 11:37 left to go here in the fourth. 1-0 Skyline with the lead. Pioneer trying to get it tied up on this corner. Grabowski comes over to the near side of the goal for this corner. She gets set for the insert. And everyone else gets themselves set around the shooting circle. Grabowski waits for the whistle. Now Grabowski comes in. Gets it to Solden. Solden with a shot. Oh, and it just tipped wide to the near side. And that is going to be Skyline ball. Courtright has it. What a good opportunity, and just inches shy on the near side. And pulled ahead by Carey, knocked down, coming the other direction. That's McGowan. McGowan over to Solden. Solden between the hash marks. Solden trying to make her way down past the 25. Solden coming down on the far hash mark. Solden still working with it, trying to get around Courtright. Now Solden trying to tip it past. Howard trying to get to it, trying to get it over to Jones. Shot and a score! Solden ties it up and at 10:50. We are all knotted up at 1 apiece. Pioneer has tied the game. That at 10:50. Left in the fourth. I believe it was Solden. I'm not sure anyone else tipped that. We'll get final confirmation from the scores, but the big part is Pioneer has the game tied up. Skyline now looking to try and get the lead back. Then just a little far for Wiseman. Comes over on the near sideline. All knotted up at 1 apiece. Bringing it ahead. Trying to feed it ahead was McGowan. That pulled back. Pioneer with it on the near sideline. Wiseman, that tipped out. All the way down the near sideline. That will roll out. Skyline picks it up. Howard has it. 10:19 left to go. Howard trying to get it ahead to Carey. That goes out the near sideline. Carey with it. Now they'll move it back. Now Courtright races, fires it all the way down, trying to get to Wiseman. Wiseman battling Jimenez. Wiseman getting around inside the numbers. Wiseman trying to chip it back. Looking over for Eilish, or excuse me, for Maeve Kilbride. And that goes out the far sideline. Confirmed it is Lily Solden with the goal. Comes back out to the 25 for Skyline. 1-1 is our score here in the fourth. As that pulled back by Grabowski, trying to get it ahead to Jones, stolen away by Elise. Elise down the far sideline for Skyline. Trying to poke it away was Grabowski. Whistle. That goes Pioneer's way. Grabowski trying to lift it down the field. And pull. Jones trying to come ahead with it. Pioneer again will start off on the far sideline with the restart. 9:20 left to go here in the fourth. 1-1 is our score. Brought ahead, weaving her way through traffic is Sutton. Sutton fires it. That goes out the far sideline. Bishakian with it on that far sideline. Bringing it ahead. That tipped off of Jones. Jones has it. Jones racing down the far sideline. Jones trying to get past Bishakian. Jones and Bishakian stride for stride down that far sideline. Now getting ahead. Jones moves it over. That tipped back right in front. Kicked away by Wade. Coming back and grabbing it. The other direction is Elise. That knocked down by Grabowski, but back over to Skyline. 8:40 left to go. 1-1 is our score. Courtright with the restart for Skyline, coming ahead with it. Courtright. Now they'll have her move it back, and they'll restart. Lamb comes off. She'll take a seat. Rocket blast by Courtright over, coming ahead with his Schultz. Schultz coming ahead between the hash marks. Schultz racing in with it. Schultz with a shot and knocked away out the far side. Grand goes down, and I think Grand got a piece of it. We'll see where they put that. That's going to come out to 16 for Pioneer, so touch Skyline last all the way down. Knocked down by Howard. Howard trying to move it ahead. That pulled by Solden. Solden. Sweep hit ahead. Racing down is Jones. Jones between the hash marks. Poked back, but Jones goes down to the pitch. Restart for Pioneer. 7:50 left to go. 1-1 is our score. Skyline scored less than a minute left to go in the second quarter. Pioneers scored here in the fourth with 10:50 left to go in the fourth. Grabowski has it just outside the 30. Grabowski brings it ahead. Grabowski down the far sideline. Grabowski trying to get past Maeve Kilbride, back over to Solden. Solden into the far corner. Solden coming down the far edge, trying to tip it around, and that will be a corner for Pioneer. 7:36 left to go here in the fourth. 1-1 is our score. Pioneer trying to pull off the upset. Number 1 seeded Skyline versus number 3 seeded Pioneer. Grabowski has it in the corner. Top 3 seeds. Skyline, Saline, and Pioneer. All great field hockey in this area. Pull back, Solden with the blast, and in! Pioneer takes the lead as Solden fired it from just inside the edge of the shooter circle, and Pioneer takes the lead 2-1. Plenty of time left. 7:31 left to go. Skyline will, of course, try and get this game tied up. But Pioneer with the momentum as they have scored now twice in the fourth. 7:31 left to go. I'm pretty sure that was Solden again. I don't think anyone else tipped it. All back, swept all the way over to Wiseman on the near sideline. Wiseman trying to bring it ahead. Good job to knock it away by McGowan. McGowan hard fighting. She'll take it over for Pioneer. Rolls it back to to Edwards. Edwards trying to feed it through traffic. Tipped back by Solden. Here comes Solden down outside the near hash mark. Solden trying to weave her way through traffic. Solden trying to get back. Tipped it back over. Solden rocket blast. That just goes out a foot to the near side. They'll come back out to the 16. Solden, with her second goal of the game, confirmed. She had one at 10:50, then 10:31. Under 7 minutes left to go. Pioneer up 2-1. Courtright gets it over to Carey on the near sideline. Carey trying to move it ahead. That pull by Shannon over midfield. Shannon trying to get around Edwards. Poked back by Brady. Now swept away by Tolbert. Tolbert coming down on the numbers, but that will go back over to Skyline. Moved back over. Schultz with it. Schultz between the hash marks. Schultz trying to make her way into the shooting circle. Schultz spins with it. Schultz fires as getting a piece of it. I think Grand was able to get a foot on it. 6:16 left to go. As we'll see where that ball comes out. Is it going to the 25 for Skyline, or is it going to the 16? Looks like Brady took it off of... Oh, gosh, she's bleeding awful bad. Brady got hit in the head as she is bleeding. Looks like she may have took that ball off of the head. She has a pretty big bruise there, and, gosh, we hope that she's all right. She comes off to the sideline. And we hope that all of those wonderful trainers get her taken care of. That can't feel too good. So we wish Brady all of the quick healing that she can get. She has played tough. It's one more example of just how much tougher these amazing ladies are than me. Not that that says much about, but that's okay. They are a tough individual. She's getting attended to on the sideline. Grabowski moves it back to the 20. Grabowski comes down on the far side, gets it over to Solden. Solden tips it back, trying to bring it up the far side, trying to move over as Hammerman. Hammerman battling. Now we'll go over to Skyline. Now bringing it ahead. Maeve Kilbride, that kicked away by Grand, will go out the far sideline. 10:47 left to go here in this fourth. Pioneer up 2-1. Skyline trying to get the equalizer. And pulled back, controlled, knocked away by Grabowski. Shot kicked back by Grand. Grabbing it over Ailish Kilbride. That pulled back by Grabowski. Moves it over to Jones. Jones trying to get to it. Elise trying to pull that away for Skyline and a whistle. Pioneer with the restart. 5:18 left to go. Pioneer would love to get this deep in the Skyline zone and try and keep it there for a little bit. But that's stolen away by Courtwright. Courtwright and Jones with an epic battle. Now Lamb trying to tip it away. Courtwright still trying to poke that back. Courtwright comes back to it. Courtwright using her body, trying to get through traffic. She got hung up by Jones. And that will be Skyline restart with 4:55 left to go. That ball pulled between the hash marks coming in. Schultz dispossessed, grabbed away. Nice job by Grabowski. Puts it down on the far sideline, bringing it ahead. As trying to get to Solden was Jones. That's stolen away. Here comes Skyline the other direction. Courtwright on the hash marks. Courtwright feeds it all the way down. That poked by Wiseman. Wiseman trying to center it up. Wiseman again chips it back towards the goal. Shannon right there. And that is going to be a corner for Skyline. 4:26 left to go here in the fourth. Pioneer with the 2-1 lead. Skyline trying to get the equalizer. Skyline wanting to get the game tied up. Pioneer trying to hang on to this lead. Pishakian again on the insert on the far side of the goal. Pishakian gets it to Courtwright, centered up on the shooting circle. Courtwright, that blocked by Solden, comes over on the far side. Jimenez trying to steal it away. That knocked down by Grabowski, who's back out there with a big bandage. Or, no, excuse me, that wasn't Grabowski. That was, sorry, forgive me. She had a helmet on. That was silly of me. Pull back, and Pioneer has it. As it was Brady who's still being attended to on the sideline. Back over. On the far sideline, trying to pull that ahead was Hammerman. Now racing over, tipping it back, trying to grab it was Solden. That over. Schultz trying to get it between the hash marks. Pull back over, trying to whip it down, grabbing a carry inside the 25 carry. Trying to move it over. Grabbed, lifted ahead, intercepted by Carey, grabbed by Courtwright. Lamb trying to knock it away from Courtwright. Courtwright. That knocked down on the near side. Good job by McGowan. McGowan feeds it down the near sideline. 3:20 left to go. Time becoming a big factor. Courtwright racing ahead with it. Courtwright at the just gets it between the hash marks over to Schultz. Schultz coming ahead with it. Knocked back by Grabowski, and that is going to be a corner. Big corner here. Clock stops at 3:08. Skyline keeping pressure on Pioneer, keeping the ball down on Pioneer's side of the field. Pioneer trying to get this all the way down the other way. 2-1, Pioneer with the lead, but Skyline on the corner. Bishakian has it. Far side of the goal. And things changed a little bit as that's grabbed by Shannon. Center up, moves it over on the far side, trying to make her way in. As Grand down to the ground, and that hit a knee. That will be out to the 16 for Pioneer. 2:50 and counting left here in the fourth. Pioneer starts off at the 16. Tipped ahead, trying to grab it. Courtwright knocks it down. Here comes Lamb. Lamb feeds it over to McGowan. McGowan trying to get it past traffic, past Howard. Now Lamb battling, moves it over to Solden. Solden chips it back on the far side, bringing ahead. I believe that's Hammerman. Hammerman trying to get that as Elise had it, but Hammerman will bring it ahead. 2:22 left to go here in the fourth. 2-1, Pioneer with the lead. Grabowski lifts it down. That got knocked down by Wiseman. Wiseman bringing it ahead. She's ever dangerous. Racing ahead. Grabowski trying to shield her. That poked. Wiseman still with it. On the edge, trying to center, knocked away by Grabowski. Grabowski coming down the far sideline. Grabowski feeds it ahead. Pulled back, but poked away by Jones. That'll go out the far sideline. Under 2 minutes left to go. 1 minute 50 seconds left to go. Pioneer 2-1. And timeout called. One minute, 50 seconds left to go. We're going to keep it right here. It's the athletic director, Eve Claire, going over to check on Brady. As the trainers do their work, we hope that she's all right. Pioneer gathered up. Skyline gathered up. As we have 110 ticks of the clock left here. Pioneer crowd gets fired up. Skyline trying to get their players to get this game level. Pioneer trying to hold on. They'd love to get one more so they can breathe a little easier. It's 1 minute 50 seconds, but Skyline has kept the pressure. Skyline has it. Just inside of midfield. All the way down on the end line, knocking it away Grabowski. Whistle, and here is a big corner. 1 minute 45 seconds left to go. Huge corner for Pioneer. Trying to get it stopped. Well, the corner is for Skyline, but big corner for both of them, I guess. Skyline trying to get the game equal. Trying to get the game tying goal. Bishakian again on the far side of the goal. Court right centered up. They get it to Court right. Court right on the edge of the shooter circle. Court right cuts to the near side. Court right with a shot kicked away by Grand. Trying to pull it ahead, trying to move his Solden. Solden trying to mark your way around. That comes out. Pioneer gets to ditch the protective gear and come out to the 16th. 1 minute 25 seconds left to go. Boy, if you don't think this is exciting, I don't know what, boy. Coming down on the near side, Pioneer trying to get the state championship 2-1 over Skyline. Battle for it on the numbers on the near side. That will be Skyline's ball. Schultz has it. Schultz moving it over. 1 minute 10 seconds left to go. Poked back, grab, now moved over on the near side. Wouldn't come ahead. Court right with it, but that's going to be Pioneer's ball. Solden has it right about the 17-yard line. Timeout called with 58.1 seconds left to go. Pioneer wants to talk it over. We have under a minute left to go. Pioneer with the ball in their own defensive side of the field. Skyline has kept heavy pressure on, especially since Pioneer's go-ahead goal. They've really kept that ball down on this side a fair amount on the right-hand side. Pioneer's going to try and get that out, try and kill as much time as they can with 58.1 seconds left to go in regulation to crown a D1 state champion. If Pioneer can hang on, this would be their second District 1 state championship in a row. They won last season on a Natalie Millman penalty, if I recall correctly. She's now with Michigan Field Hockey. Definitely have to make a trip down and see her play. And ashamed I haven't made that happen yet this season. We just get a little busy. Solden has it right at the 16. Big minute left here for Pioneer. Court right, looking to collapse on Solden. Solden lifts it high, coming down. That over Howard, racing ahead, coming down on the near side. Here comes Tolbert. Tolbert races down. Tolbert firing ahead. Tolbert coming inside the 25. 42 seconds left to go. Tolbert trying to get between the hash marks. That brought back the other direction. Here comes Skyline. Schultz has it down on the near sideline, knocked away. But that is going to be Skyline ball. Rocket blast all the way over, knocked down. Is that Brady? That is Brady back out. We're very, very glad to see that. Down on the far side, here comes Pioneer. Grabowski fires it forward, trying to get it over to Jones. Battle for it. Jones over. 13 seconds left to go. 12 seconds left to go. Pioneer brings it between the hash marks. Here comes Grabowski with a shot. That kicked away and just to the near side. 4 seconds left to go. 3 seconds left to go. 2 seconds, 1 to go. And Pioneer goes back to win state championships, coming from behind to beat Skyline for the first time this season. They won last season, they won this season, as Pioneer is your District 1 state champions in field hockey. What a game by Pioneer, battling the powerful Skyline team. Both squads have really had amazing seasons. Both squads have battled. Lots of credit to Skyline for getting this far and making it a one-goal game and having the lead until 10:50 in the fourth, when Pioneer was able to get it tied up. So at 49.3, Skyline scored as Shannon put it in off of a shot by Schultz. Then in the fourth at 10:50, it was Solden with the Pioneer goal to make it 1-1. And then at 7:31, Solden put it in for the game-winning goal. Your back-to-back District 1 state champion Pioneers gathered around. We will bring you the post celebration here as they'll hand out, I believe, little medals to each of the members of both squads. We'll turn it over to the public address announcer, and then they'll have the handing out of the trophy. So we will hang here for that. As Pioneer drops their gear over on the near side, gets a fantastic round of applause by the Pioneer faithful. Again, fantastic crowd. We really appreciate all the fans who came out for this state championship, and thank you to all of you who couldn't make it but watched wherever you are at. We are so amazingly grateful for your support of this team all season long. As another big round of applause by the Pioneer fans. This adulation by the Pioneer fans and parents, and rightfully so, as you don't get to win a state championship often, let alone back-to-back state championships. After losing some key graduates last season, too. Excellent job by these players to step up, get it done, and make their way all the way through the playoffs. Beating Clarkston 8-0, beating West Bloomfield 8-0, beating Saline 4-2, and now finishing off and beating Skyline 2-1. As they're getting everything set for the medals. As you can see, they have a set of medals up there. They'll do the runner-up medals first. Then they will do the medals for the Pioneer State Championship team. Then Pioneer will get that wonderful Michigan-shaped trophy to get put. By the way, if you ever want to check out right by the athletic office. They have a wonderful trophy case. So let's turn it over onto the field.
Will make the awards presentations to your Division I runners-up, the Eagles of Skyline High School. First, we'll present individual medals. Number 14, Gabby Orocha. Manager, Karma Bailey. Number 40, Caitlin Carey. Goalkeeper, Kira Acosta Velasquez. Number 2, Kiara Bachachian. Number 33, Juju Brenner. Number 1, Coco Colbright. Number 6, Maddie Ellies. Number 18, Sarita Ginkin. Number 12, Johanna Horvath. Number 13, Kate Howard. Number 11, Simran Ketterpaul. Number 4, Maeve Kilbride. Number 24, Eilish Kilbride. Number 28, Uma Rao. Number 3, Sadie Schultz. 17, Lily Shannon. Goalkeeper, Maddie Wade. Number 8, Jordan Westfall. And number 9, Cammie Weissman. And now, accepting the runners-up trophy, Coach Nikki Barrett.
I know it's not what they
Coach
wanted.
Eddie Nelipa, Coach Brian Thomas, and Coach Vicki Yost.
I know it's not what Skyline wanted, but congratulations to Skyline on a fantastic season. There is runner-up of the state championship is still a very, very, very difficult position to make. So congratulations to Skyline. And now, your Pioneer squad will get presented with trophies. As Eve Claire out there.
The presentation of awards is Eve Claire, Athletic Director of Ann Arbor Pioneer. To the Pioneers of Ann Arbor.
And here is your state champion Pioneer Pioneers.
Number 2, Grace Grabowski. Number 4, Sophia Jimenez. Number 5, Teddy Tolbert.
Just in case you couldn't tell,
Ann McGowan. Number 7, Maggie Lamb. Number 8, Megan Edwards. Number 10, Lily Soldan. Number 11, Megan Cole. Number 14, Nina Bonenberger. Number 15, Izzy Sutton. Number 16, Naren Brady. Number 17, June Galban. Number 18, Peyton Peters. Number 19, Maya Hammerman. Number 20, Nora Lammers. 21, Mackenzie Stutman. Number 24, Clara Jones. Number 25, Lily Boardman. Number 30, E. Saul Park. 33, Maddie Grand. And 46, Sarah Hoffman. Yes, sir! Accepting the trophy, coaches Jay Nixon, Katie Valle, and Kate Henry.
Just in case you couldn't tell, we are right above the Pioneer fans who are just elated, and rightfully so. Ladies and gentlemen, your Division I state champion Pioneers.
For a great season, thank you for being at the Hawk. We invite you to attend all future activities here. Looking forward to another exciting year.
Thank you very much for everyone, for Derek Huffman, our camera person who helped us out today. My name is Mark Wiseman. We'll let him get one photo there, and then we will stop. Thank you very much for your efforts all season long. I don't think there's any home games next week. We will be back with hockey season coming up. Thank you very much, and have a great weekend, and congratulations to Pioneer, the District 1